Okay, guys, we are going to do the cognitive theory, cognitive domain of human development. We are going to understand that or try to see what happens in our development from the work of Jean Piaget, a French man who provided this cognitive epidemiology, that's what he called it, or cognitive epistemology or epidemiology, that's what he called it in actual sense. So his theory provides a cognitive developmental stages of five stages, where we are having the first at the sensory motor stage, pre-operational stage, concrete operational stage, formal operational stage, and recently they are talking about post-formal operational stage. Yes, so in the first theory, or in this theory, remember we're talking about how we develop our reasoning, our brain, our thinking, our problem-solving capacity, right? That's cognition. Now, the first one is sensory motor stage. This is where the child's reasoning and understanding to everything is purely sensory. What they see, what they hear, what they are taught, right? Not even what they are taught, what they see, what they hear, what they touch, all that matters is here. In fact, at this point they have not developed object permanence. They've not developed object permanence because you may succeed to remove something from them and hide it under a curtain. They wouldn't bother, right? So everything they are seeing is just there in their sight, what they perceive, just to sense organs. But when we get to the next stage, that is 0 to 1 years in that level, then when we get to 1 to 3 years, 4 years here, that is in pre-operational stage. In pre-operational stage, this is where they are having what we say object permanence, right? Object permanence, that is what happens here. In this situation, everything you tell them is what they know. Apart from their brain is now working, apart from what they are seeing and hearing and everything, now they are trying to give an understanding and they are able to generalize and accommodate, assimilate. Assimilation and accommodation happens here. Yes, so when we say assimilation, we are talking about being able to learn something and take it in. For example, come and greet your uncle. Come and greet your auntie. Now, this auntie now, every other woman dressing such, or any other woman of such age, apart from the mother and the father, becomes an auntie. Every other man is daddy in this stage. That is what you see here. And mommy, what is that? They will say, okay, this is grandma's goat, for example. And the child will conclude, every animal on 4 legs are goats. He will see a dog passing. He wants to rush to it, that is a goat, right? So this is what happens. They generalize a lot here. Then in the third stage, the concrete operation of 5, 6, 7 years happen here. So here the children are not only engaging their sense organs, they are not only able to generalize or assimilate or try to accommodate. Please, that accommodation, it has to do with a moment the child is given a new information contrary to what he knew before. It's often mostly seen in this concrete operation of the accommodation aspect. In this place now, the child understood that, okay, all 4 legs animal are not goats. All women or ladies you see are not your auntie, right? They are able to differentiate, and this new information that is trying to tell them everything on 4 legs is not, in fact, they are not even all goats. Some are not even belonging to grandma, even if they are goats, right? Okay, this is accommodation for you to be able to assimilate this new information and replace it and use that just previously learned information is called accommodation. So in this concrete operational stage, very important, we need to know here is that the child has started doing some calculations, but with counters, with physical things. Count 5 counters. If you can't, count 2 out there, then add them together. How many are they? 7. This is how they do 5 plus 2, 7. 5 minus 2, they count this one out, they count this and minus it 2, and that is 3. This is how they do Lego calculations with object representations. Then the last stage, where we have we call the formal operational stage, right? This is 2 things happening here. They are interested in the norms. They are aware of the norms, the rules and regulations. Mommy doesn't like this. They say we should not do this. They say doing this is bad, and all of those morals, right? They are nurtured with. And another thing here is that they are able to do 5 plus 2 without any counter. They are able to do 2 times 5, 2 divided by 3, 10 divided by a little by their brain without any object representing those things or using to calculate them. That's what happens there. Then the new addition, the post-formal stage, is where we're now talking about things like honesty, sincerity. This is what that stage considers, and that is the size of the cognitive explanation to our development from childhood to around 12 years, because the formal operation are stopped from 12. It's after 12, then 12 down, you now see the post-formal, where sincerity, honesty, all of those, empathy now start coming into place via young adults and every other thing. So this is the cognitive theory of human development according to Jean Piaget. Thank you, and please do well to subscribe to our channel.